What if I could tell you I could paint a miniature in less than 15 minutes? So could you. Hey everybody, I'm Rob Diesterling. Welcome back to the channel. So I've heard recently that the first 30 seconds of a video are the most important and what's going to keep you guys interested. So I'm here to tell you within the next 30 seconds that I'm going to paint a miniature in less than 15 minutes, and so can you. Now this guy wasn't voted on too much upon, and it's from Black Rose Wars. It's Dr. Schiavon. I know it's an older miniature, but I'm hoping that whenever you see my videos and I tell you that it's easy to paint, it is easy to paint. Anyways, I've already hit my time, so let's get to the table and start painting. Alright, so Dr. Schiavon was given a zenithal highlight with a matte black primer and then a nice airbrushing of white, exactly where I wanted it to be lighter and where light was going to be coming in on this miniature. A lot of times you don't want to just do a spray from above because then you're just going to have a lot more black areas than anything else. And with speed paints, I just love zenithal highlight. Some people out there I've heard that don't like zenithal highlight, they say because it makes like a blotchy area sometimes of where it's too dark in that. Well, that's where you're not hitting the zenithal properly, right? You're actually missing the point of zenithal, is to keep some shading and have a gradual light to dark kind of thing, and that's why some people like that grisaille effect here. So as you can see, we're using some different white speed paints at the beginning of this miniature because they do have a different look to them. I mean, you have a difference between the blinding light and the ashen stone, I think, and the holy white, sorry. They have a difference to them, and if you haven't seen that video, go take a look at my white armor painting and you'll see actual differences that happen between the three of them. It's not super tons, but it's there. And Dr. Schiavon, I believe this guy was one of the Kickstarter stretch goals, which I bought the actual, I think it was called the Sator box, because I don't know which one's the Rotus box. I don't know if that's the new Rebirth one. Anyways, I actually bought the box directly from Ludus Magnus Studio. Yes, it was expensive, but I had the core box. I really wanted some of the newer spells and some of the other evocations and all that. By the way, if you haven't played Black Rose Wars, yes, it is an older game, but it is amazing. The sculpts of the miniatures, even if you're using these miniatures for something else than this board game, it is so worth it because they are beautiful sculpts. They have lots of details. Whereas where I've told in the past that if you're using a lot of details on the miniature, you might want to do a slap chop. But I just find that these guys deserve more than a grim dark look to it. I find they deserve the shadowing effect. They are in a school of magic kind of thing. Really great game. Go take a look at it. I'd love to do a video of the playthrough one day. I actually want to go back to doing playthrough of videos in general. I don't have the setup right now, or I kind of do but not really, and I don't really have the time for it. But anyways, Shatterpoint is coming along really well too. I got another squad paint up. That video will be coming soon, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, and I was talking about at the beginning the 30 seconds thing. So I was watching someone here the other day, a video, and seriously, he was saying the exact same thing. Within the first 30 seconds is what you captivate your audience. And the thing is, his video was painting made easier, something like that. So I'm watching it at the beginning and I'm like, okay, yeah, he's using an airbrush and he's doing the zenithal highlight and he's going on with some, like he says, to actually start off with your lighter colors and work backwards, go from light to dark, which I will try one time, so stay tuned for that one as well. But then he starts going in all to these highly detailed areas. Oh, you then add this a detail, then do some edge highlighting and all that stuff. I try to avoid that as much as possible. I'm going to do a little bit more in Shatterpoint because I'm priming them in a way that I'm saving myself more time actually. So whereas these miniatures I'm trying to paint really quick, that's why I'm using speed paints with the zenithal highlight. I find, look, I'm done this miniature in under 15 minutes. You can too. Means if you have easy miniatures like this, you can pop out a whole army in no time. If you're working on Warhammer, if you're working on Conquest, you're working on Shatterpoint, you're working on Marvel Crisis. Anyways, you can have a whole bunch of stuff. And see, by the time I was done talking about that, you're done painting. And there you have it, folks. Dr. Schiavon is all painted, ready for the Black Rose Lodge and fight some evocations and some other mages. I want to thank you guys for watching. Now go get your paint on.